Hello everybody, welcome into the Hobby Bar. This is Jason. Welcome. So today we'll be working on this guy, the Genestealer Cults Patriarch, trying to get the basing done a bit more. But if you do any hobbying, feel free to jump in and get some stuff done. If not, that's cool too. Hope you get whatever you're working on done. Have a good time. So first up, we're going to be breaking out the Cuttlefish Colors Dark Brown Wash by Cephalopod Studios to basically try to knock back this Astrogranite to sort of match the rocky sort of color that we used the brown wash on before. That's part of the mini. So just want to go ahead and use this all over it. It sort of makes it look more like mud in a way, like rocky mud. But that's okay because we'll come back in and dry brush over it here in a bit. But sort of a short episode today. Just trying to do some final touches. I forgot some of the other things, but it's fine. Next we're moving on to some Yellowstone, Cuttlefish Color as well by Cephalopod Studios. And for this, we're just going in and hitting all of these skulls, because I noticed the skulls weren't picked out. And instead of doing what I usually do, which is Karak Stone and then Screaming Skull over it, I figured, we'll just go with Yellowstone. Make them sort of older, just so that they look stony and stuff, instead of being more fresh skull-like and clean. They can just sort of be stony and sitting here on the base. But, yeah, I just need to go ahead and go around the base picking stuff out with this. And, it'll take a couple coats, so we'll come back to this color a couple other times, but that's fine. Let's just build up the color over this stony color that it currently is. I'll catch up with you here in a couple for the next paint. Alrighty, here we are moving on to Hoeth Blue by Citadel. It's all air paint, just wanted to break it out to highlight up this helmet, the ultramarine one on the base a bit, because it was looking pretty flat down there, and just wanted to pick out some of the details a bit, give it that kind of edge highlighting look. So, needed to do that real quick, and yeah, busting out this color to do that. Next up, busting out some Wild Rider Red, also Citadel color. Notice I started kind of using my nails as sort of a dry palette just to control the paint on the tip, instead of just having a big old blob of paint on the tip of the brush. But basically going around on the red helmet here that he's holding on to and trying to pick out some of the raised areas for highlighting. This way it also doesn't look too flat. Even though the purple undercoat did help under the other stuff, I did want to come back and give it a bit of an edge highlight since I did that on the other helmet. Alrighty, now we're busting out the Yellowstone again, and giving the skulls their second coat now that they've had time to dry. Just trying not to get the whole skull done in Yellowstone, but just give it that general look. And this process takes a little bit more time going around. Just because I think I'd give it a second coat here in a bit. But, yeah. We'll just go around picking out the skulls again. This time with a Yellowstone. So, catch up with y'all here in a little bit for the next paint. Alrighty, coming in with some Citadel Screaming Skull, just to highlight the skulls up. Just try to pick out the raised details and stuff real quick. Again, this is mostly just finishing off the basing work, so a lot of this is going to be quick swapping between paints. Earlier I mentioned I know I forgot some stuff, but that was mostly coming back in and working on the main body of the Patriarch here, but it's fine. I think he looks good enough, so just wanted to finish up this mini and get ready for the next one, so. Up next, breaking out the P3 Iosan Green again. Wanted to touch back up the mucus around the base. What I realized I should have done was gotten out the ard coat and put some ard coat over this mucus stuff so that it looks more shiny and fresh than matte and not mucusy, stringy stuff that's collecting everything there. So I might be tempted to go back in with some ard coat here off camera and get that done, just because I think it'll help it pop and look better. But go ahead and pick out all this mucus again and catch up with y'all here in a little bit for the next paint. Alrighty, time for some dry brushing. Working out the Citadel Dawnstone dry paint, and yeah, we're going back over the base now that the dark brown wash has had time to dry. So I wanted to break out Dawnstone for this because the it kind of matches the astrogranite color, and I wanted to use the Dawnstone one first just to bring back the gray color of the astrogranite. This way the raised portions kind of have that before we come in with our next dry paint, which is going to be Terminatus Stone. Obnoxiously enough, they not only have Dawnstone as a dry paint, they have Dawnstone as a layer paint, and they use the same name. So this one's the dry version. I kind of like their dry paints, just because then I don't feel like I'm wasting as much by drying it out and then sending it all over the place. But whatever, is what it is. Works just as well with a normal paint. But anyway, go ahead and go around on this and quick dry brush of Dawnstone and catch up with y'all here in a bit for the next paint. Alrighty, breaking out the Citadel Terminatus Stone, also a dry paint here. And for this, I mostly wanted to do a very light dry brush, just to catch the very edges and tips of the texture. So, just wanted to go around and lightly dry brush this on over the Dawnstone, just because then it'll help pick out some of the details. I kind of like Terminatus Stone more than just going straight to a white color for this, because Terminatus Stone is a very desaturated sort of tan color. Like, it's a stone highlight, it's the name. So on like ground and rocky texture, it looks way better than just highlighting with a white dry brush over everything. I could probably get away with like road markings with the white one though, for the white dry brush paint, but that'll come another time when I'm feeling froggy and wanting to do that. Anyway, catch up with y'all here in a few for the next paint. Alrighty, here we are coming in with the Citadel Abaddon Black. So, on this first application, I noticed it wasn't really applying well. It was a little bit thin. I wasn't quite happy with how it was looking as I was applying it. To to me it was a little bit too thin. You know, it's sort of breaking up and sort of just not quite applying evenly. Like, it's thin, and it's perfect for that. And then I did another sin, which is go back to somewhere you've already put paint down while it's wet and gone back over it so you can see the small, like, staining line of where it was. But, yeah, I'll just... Time to rim the base, basically, right now. And this process is going to take me a bit because I kind of thinned down the Abaddon Black a bit too much there that first time. So now I have to wait a bit longer for it to dry. But I feel like this was about the consistency where I should be working normally anyway with the paint. Because, you know, it stained everything. It didn't really just coat everything really quick. Which is a better thing to do. It's just, you gotta keep in mind when you have to give it dry time. This way you don't start pulling in and messing everything up below it where you're working. But, yeah, this process is gonna take a little bit. Go around, rim the base. I noticed there's some spots on top of the rim of the base that you can still see some white spots around. So, kind of distracted me and was annoying me, so take some time in here to just fill those in with some paint. And yeah, I think that'll be it for this guy. Kind of planning on doing another build and then paint for the next one. Want to do the big snake endless spell from the Daughters of Cain book, just to go back to that army for a bit. Change it up. Even though there's way more Genestealer cultists to do. But, figure go ahead and do that next, just to change it up. And that thing is going to be fun, since it's kind of bigger. Very different. The whole thing with starting to try to put the paint on my nails first, then your nails will wash off easily with this stuff. Like, you can rub it off or even use one of your other nails and do it. Like, it comes off pretty easily on that since it's unprimed. And, it's mostly to help you control, or help me control the amount of paint on the brush. I've noticed some people wipe it off on, like, paper or something else, because wiping it on the wet palette just sort of spreads it around a bit, and eventually you kind of run out of room real quick that way. So that's why I wanted to start wiping it on other things. But anyway, we'll go ahead and finish up rimming the base here. I might need to come in with another coat of Abaddon Black just to really darken it up and get it there, but I think it's fine for now. I do have some matte varnish coming in, so I might use that on the rim of the base and over some parts of the mini just to protect it, protect the paint job, make sure it lasts a bit longer. Something I haven't really done on a lot of my minis is varnish them, but good time to start. Anyway, catch up with you here in a bit for the next paint. So after all that, I kind of noticed that I wanted to come in with some Yellowstone and pick out the little nibbly teeth bits on the end of the that Genestealer's kiss mouth. Oh, secondary mouth there that it has. This way I can pick out those teeth and kind of make them stand out a bit more. Because when they were just dark, they kind of didn't stand out against that blue-purple. And then while I was at it, I'm like, well, his teeth can be a bit yellow and with the Yellowstone. So, wanted to get that done too. Alrighty, last call everybody. Last call. So, again, this is probably the last time this guy is going to be on the spin. So, pretty sure he's good. Call him done. And, yeah. Next time we'll we'll do a bit of a building stream, break up the hobby in from all the painting getting done, and we'll be assembling the serpent endless spell for the Daughters of Cain. So that'll be a nice change of pace, just get something different on the table and under the camera. But yeah, so hope y'all enjoyed, hope y'all got something done on this shorter episode, and yeah. Have a good one out there, everyone, and take care.